One of the things that I've noticed my kids having a hard time with is how to format their numbers that end up in cells in Google Sheets. So I thought I'd take some time to share that with everybody because it's very handy and it will save some frustration later on. So I went ahead and I listed what the four big things I was going to show you were. They're going to be date and time, currencies, numerals, and percents. I'm going to zoom in a little bit since we don't have a lot going on this. So there we go. All right, so I'm going to start with dates. If I select that cell, you'll notice it automatically assumed I was talking about a date. And that's what happens when you have automatic formatting on. It's going to make some assumptions about what you type in based on what most people would do in that particular case. If I want to change the format, I can always do that. So if I go up to Format and I go to Number, what that does is it allows me to go through a few different options for what I want that number to look like. Since we're doing date and time in this case, I'm going to focus on those. One thing you can do is go already to automatic. So if you want to undo a format that you did, you can also have it just be plain text, as in what I typed in is what I typed in. 1021 could be referring to a fraction. Now, if we scroll down a little bit, we can get to our date and time options. So you'll notice that I can have it actually show up a year. If I select this, you'll see the year comes up. You can also choose to have particular times show up in different ways, as well as durations. And these are just the built-in ones. Now what's very cool is that it remembers formats that you use. So I had used a format previously and it remembered that down here. You can also go in to do some more date and time formats, and that allows you to get a little bit more custom. So I have some different options in terms of the order that I put things in, whether I use 24 or 12 hours. It also lets me use dashes instead of slashes, and it lets me, it would automatically find the month name for me if that's what I wanted. Now, if you were to select any of these, so I'm going to select this one, you'll see that it populates a window up at the top. And you can edit this particular window. You can say I don't want the minutes to show. I can get rid of those if I want. I can also edit what they show. If I click on it, I see a day without a leading zero, but maybe I want a day as a full name. I can scroll down to that, and that means that when my formatting is going to show up like that, it's going to have the month / the day. Don't know why I would do that. And then the hour. You can also add in things. I took out minutes, but let's say I wanted to add that back in. I'm going to add minutes. And I also kind of want to add in seconds. I can do that too. So then what that does is that makes my format. So when I type things in there, it's going to show up in exactly that format when I'm typing in dates. So I applied that. It looks awful, but there we have it. So that's how you can do some cool things with date and time. Now, currencies, there's also a lot of different options for. In this case, I just typed the number 2. There's a shortcut for currencies up in the top, so I can just click Format as Currency, and it automatically puts it at $2 with 2 decimal places like how we normally do money. And you can see if I were to type in 2.5 right now, it will automatically format it as $2.50. Again, if you go up to Format and Number, you can see there are some currency options for you. If you go under More Formats, you can go into More Currencies, and this allows you to change the currency that you're working in. It also allows you to change the final format. So if I don't want the decimal places and or if I want the $ at the end, I can definitely go in and do those different things. I'm going to close that because I don't want to change it. Now, when you are just dealing with numbers, you also have some options. So here I have the number 4 written in, but I also might want to do something with decimals. So if you look up at the menu bar, you can increase or decrease your decimal places with just the click of a button. This is nice for when you are doing calculations with formulas and you end up with a cell that's just full of decimals. You can always keep it down to the hundredths or the thousandths, and this is a quick way to do that. You can also do it if you go up into format, number, and there are a few options there, as well as your more formats. As always, you can do your customs, which are fun. You'll notice that number also has a few, you can get to those formatting options from the 1, 2, 3. That I wanted to say that when there were numbers, because those were numbers and they might remind you. Then the last special format I wanted to share was percentages. I have 0.5 written in. So if I really meant not 0.5, I wanted it to be 50%, I have the quick button to say format as a percent. Now it automatically does the percent with 2 decimal places and uses the percent sign there. If I don't like that, I can always change my formatting by going into custom number format. And I can choose to change the decimal places that I have there, as well as you can see there's a lot more in terms of those custom format options, should I choose to take advantage of them. So that's how you can do some custom number formatting in Google Sheets.